Y sabemos que esto es algo de ustedes, los periodistas que alimentan.
Imagine taking part in the World Cup at 35, winning the tournament, and finishing with the golden ball because you had a better tournament than any other player. This is something only Messi has achieved, and it's an indication of how good he is. But if you think Messi at 35 was good, you clearly have no idea how good he was in his prime. Dude was a monster and was absolutely unplayable. At 19, he already had a reputation for dribbling past an entire defense and scoring, and this is something Getafe will never forget. But while dribbling almost an entire team at 19 was mind-blowing, Messi was definitely a new kid on the block, and he was just starting out his career. We'll go on to find out what Messi really brought to the table in his prime, but right now, kindly like and share this video. Also, please hit that subscribe button if you're new here. Messi, being able to do things that only the Brazilian Ronaldo could do at 19, made it crystal clear that he was going to become a major superstar. Interestingly, not many people knew he was going to be so big. I guess even he did not know he would go on to pick up 8 Ballon d'Or awards. But you see, while other players are unlikely to pick up at least 1 Ballon d'Or award in a lifetime, he has gone on to pick up more awards than the best players of any generation can dream of. As much as being a recipient of several Ballon d'Or awards is an indication of how good a player Messi is, it doesn't exactly tell the story of how fantastic he was in his prime. Some of the best players of his generation were basically wonder kids at 20. Of course, they brought a lot to the table, however, only a few really had what it took to carry an entire team on their shoulders. But Messi is different. At age 20, he wasn't just a key player in Barcelona with the departure of Ronaldinho.
Ya lo dije yo, la verdad que es un reconocimiento lindo, pero yo tuve la suerte de ganar todo. Gané Champions, Liga, Copa América, Mundial.
He became the best player in Barcelona and the whole of Spain. Even more interesting is that key players like Xavi and Iniesta, who had proven their quality, looked up to the young Messi to do some magic when the team got into tight positions, and he never failed to come up with a solution. As the most important player in Barcelona, Messi became the highest paid player in a team with stars that were established long before he made his Barcelona debut. But he wasn't just the highest paid player, he also wore the most important number in the Barcelona setup. Dude picked up the number 10 jersey and comes with a great deal of responsibility. But it's interesting how he made wearing the number 10 jersey look easy. At age 20, Messi, who was still new in the game, had conquered Spain and was considered one of the best players in the world. In 2007, he came close to winning the Ballon d'Or. Sadly, he lost to Kaká, who had a great season with AC Milan. Nonetheless, Leo was among the top 3 football players in the world and was looking forward to picking up the Ballon d'Or the next year. Sadly, he lost to Cristiano Ronaldo, who had been on the scene much longer and had won the Champions League with Manchester United. But that wasn't a problem, as he won the Champions League the next season and picked up the Ballon d'Or like Kaká and Ronaldo before him. But Messi is from another planet, so he didn't pick up just 1 Ballon d'Or award. Instead of simply picking up the Ballon d'Or in 2009 and letting another player have a taste of it, he went on to win more Ballon d'Or awards consecutively. You might be tempted to think Messi picked up the Ballon d'Or award in 2009 simply because he won the Champions League, but that wasn't the reason. You see, Messi's 2008-2009 Champions League campaign saw him finish as the highest goal scorer with 9 goals. With this, he picked up the Golden Boot and became the youngest player to achieve this in the history of the Champions League. But beyond his amazing Champions League campaign, he was able to score 38 goals in 51 appearances that season. That's not all. He got on the scoreboard in the Champions League and Copa del Rey finals. Additionally, his fine run of form helped Barcelona win the treble, making them the first Spanish club to achieve this. Winning a treble was supposed to be the height of Barcelona's success, but with Messi's form, they did more than just win the treble. They went on to win a sextuple and were the first club to win 6 trophies in 1 year. Although these trophies weren't won in a season, they were proof proof of Messi's influence in the Barcelona squad. Messi couldn't help Barcelona win the Champions League in 2010, but that doesn't mean he didn't have a fine run. He scored 47 goals in all competitions, and although he didn't win the Champions League in 2010, he finished as the highest goal scorer. As much as there were other players in this race, putting 4 goals past Arsenal comfortably made him the highest goal scorer in the 2009-2010 Champions League season. One could easily judge Messi's season by his team's Champions League success, but that would be judging wrongly, as Barcelona's semi-final exit was a result of Mourinho's defensive tactic. You see, back in La Liga, he won the league with Barcelona and led his team to an almost perfect season. Messi's 2009-2010 season was great, and he wasn't even at his peak yet. The 2010-2011 season saw him firing on all cylinders. For some reason, he humiliated some of the biggest teams in the La Liga. He did it by scoring a hat-trick in Barcelona's 4-1 defeat of Sevilla in the Spanish Super Cup. He went on to lead his team to 16 consecutive league wins, and if you think this was impressive, you have no idea what he did to Real Madrid on his team's way to winning 16 consecutive matches in the league. He led the Barcelona attack when he scored 5 unreplied goals against Real Madrid. Now, walking over their eternal rivals was great, but Messi has had a lot of gas in his tank. He went on to score a hat-trick against Atletico Madrid, but he was just getting started with Madrid-based teams. After his hat-trick against Atletico, he went ahead to tear down the most dominant team in the Spanish capital. So what did Messi do? We will see that in a moment, but before we go on, kindly subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so. Now, Messi had already dealt with Real Madrid in the league, but he wasn't done with them. Barcelona met Madrid in the semi-final of the 2010-2011 Champions League, and Messi dribbled about half the Madrid team, and there was nothing the likes of Pepe and Sergio Ramos could do. There was no stopping the Argentine magician, who was able to lead his team to the final, where he dealt with United in very much the same way he did in 2009. The likes of Rio Ferdinand just had no answer to everything he threw at them. Of course, Messi won the Champions League, winning the Ballon d'Or in the process. But that wasn't all. He got a rating of 10 out of 10 and is the only player to get this score in a Champions League final match. If you're impressed at this point, you probably do not know about all he achieved. Dude was the highest goal scorer in the Champions League for the 3rd time in a row. That season, he scored 53 goals. 31 of these goals were in the league. Also, he was able to register 18 assists in the league that season. These assists helped Barca win La Liga for the 3rd consecutive season. At the age of 24, Messi had achieved what a lot of players couldn't achieve in a lifetime. He went from being just a great goal scorer to a goal scorer and a playmaker. Regardless of the fact that he was playing 2 key roles in Barcelona, he just couldn't stop scoring. In the 2011-2012 season, he scored 73 goals and finished with 19 assists. He even went on to break his own record of 4 goals in a match after netting 5 goals past Bayer Leverkusen in the Champions League round of 16. 2012 was perhaps Messi's best year, as it was the year he became Barcelona's all-time leading goal scorer. So Messi scored 73 goals in all club competitions in the 2011-2012 season, and 50 of those goals were in La Liga. But beyond the 2011-12 season, in 2012, he scored 91 goals across all competitions. He was the first to do this, and this isn't a record that will be broken anytime soon. These goals were scored in 69 official appearances. 60 of these appearances were in the Barcelona jersey. Although it might seem like Messi's game was all about the goals, dude was a lot more than the goals. He was big on assists too, and he is the perfect blend of a goal scorer and an assist provider. Messi was the biggest player in Europe. However, he couldn't achieve a lot of success with the Argentine national team. There were probably various reasons for this, but many felt he didn't have the support of the Barcelona midfield in Argentina, and that hindered his progress. success. In Argentina, Messi was probably not the same player as he was at Barcelona. Nonetheless, they were close to winning the World Cup in 2014. Sadly, it wasn't his time just yet. The 8-time Ballon d'Or winner ended the 2014 World Cup with a silver medal. However, he got a golden ball. Well, Messi didn't win the World Cup in his prime. Interestingly, he was able to finally win it in 2022. You see, Messi was no longer in his prime when he won the World Cup. Nonetheless, he got a golden ball for his performance. Messi is currently the highest goal scorer and assists provider in the La Liga, and these records might get broken at some point. But how long do you think we have to wait for these records, and how many others he's said to be broken? Kindly let us know in the comment section below. Well, this is where we draw the curtains. Please watch this video on the screen and subscribe to the channel before moving on.